Yes, we are back. Back again in Train Sim World 5. Back again to look at another new route. What the hell was that? Yes, this time it's Manchester Airport Commuter, which is a commuter route that runs near Manchester Airport and Stockport. So I've just found out. I was confused initially. I'll explain why. So yeah, going to do some 4-line runs on it. My first time looking at it. I've not been in it, so I'll be seeing this for the first time. You know what's coming next. As you see it for the first time, maybe. If you're watching this on YouTube, hello. Hi. There'll be links in the doobly-doo below to things. One of which might be the route, who knows. A link down there to the Twitch page where you can watch me live on the Twitchy doing all sorts of things. No. And a link down there to the Discord server as well. Good evening then to Trenty, to Dorset, to McBone, to Nige, right, Nige? To Colin the Caterpillar, to Stokey, Liam, Trent's mum, hi, Sim, and whoever else is watching. Ignore that YouTube. Steve forgets route links and everything. Oh, exactly. I was just confused. Where's my mouse gone? Over there. Because, well, I spotted that Stockport is on there at the top, Stockport. So we're going to have to go to Stockport. We're going to go to Alderley Edge and see if we can do both sides of the run. And see if we can do the run that goes to Manchester Airport as well. So there might actually be more to this than I thought. We'll jump straight in. Well, I don't need to do a train tutorial because it's the 323. Good. We got a Sunday Timmy table, and we've got a weekday Timmy table. We'll start with a weekday because it is, and I quite like the fact I haven't looked at these yet. We got the 150 and the 153 in. What services did it actually run? Oh, actually, we can do Wilmslow to Manchester. Okay, so we can take. Okay, I'm liking this. We can actually do the runs in a 150. What's the 153? Manchester Piccadilly to Wilmslow. So the 153 you can use. The 158. Hi, Chef Lad. Same things. The 323 is the one that is actually for this route. We'll have a look at those in a second. You've got a 350, which does the same thing. Piccadilly, Manchester Airport, Manchester Piccadilly. So that could be interesting. You've got a 390, which is layered in if you've got West Coast Main Line South. That goes to Wilmslow. Or Stockport. So I'm guessing you're just doing a bit of that route going out of the city. In the city. And we've got some rail tour stuff as well. So we'll jump in with the 323 first. Lots of trains to choose from. We'll start at Manchester Piccadilly and we'll go to Alderley Edge via Stockport. Okay, well that kills the thing, doesn't it? Pigeon, something. So that's going up and then back down. We'll do that. 1st of July as it is, it's quite warm. We'll pick this one and we're going to drive it. Pigeon. Yeah, why not? Kill two birds. A pigeon is a bird. There may be some issues with this route. I will point this out. I am on a pre-release version. There have been some fixes. I don't know what they're going to be. That's track IR. Okay. Let's give it some volume. Right. Master key on into forward. That's a start. We'll open the window. Headlights are on day. Tail lights are off. Unlocking doors. So yes, Manchester Piccadilly, where we were on the last stream / route thing. And this time, where are we going? So we're going to Levenshume, Heaton Chapel, Stockport, Cheadlehume, Handforth, Wilmslow and Alderley Edge. There isn't a link for this yet in Steam, so I couldn't do a link for this. So yeah, 323s running on this, some of which will be ex-Birmingham. So we've got rail tour to our sidelet. So old slam door stock and a few more 323s in. So the first bit of this, I think, is going to be the same bit as we did previously. And then it's going to be new stuff. Hopefully, this is a good route. I do like the 323, slightly biased already. Is this going to make me have to go back to Manchester and annoy Ed? I mean, have to go back to Manchester. We actually did this route. We did both bits of it on our meetup in December. We went down and we came back. And I think I got the train... Did I get the tram down? I think I got the tram down to the airport. And yeah, we got the train back. Lock doors. Hi, Emilu. What, the rather random farming video. Right. We've got lights at the front. 22 of the months. How did that happen? Who knows, Daniel? Well, you keep hitting resubscribe, I think will be the clue. But yes, thank you, Daniel, indeed. Alright, so out of here we go towards Levenshulme, which I'm guessing is, what, north? So towards Stockport. Out we go on a nice sunny day. Even though there's a red. I am liking the fact that we are getting these routes that give us options to go in and out of the same station. I hope we get more of that going forward. You know, I haven't got a problem with utilising the same station. And if you've got layers like this will have then, you'll see more stuff going in and out, hopefully. In fact, there's a train coming towards us now. I hope it changes course. Or we change course. Or this could end quite badly. I'm guessing it's going to be us going left. Yes. Good. Bouncy, bouncy. How many things are we? We are... 4. 3? 4. 3. 3 of the things. Alright, we can get a bit of speed up now. Collision averted. It's all me and my skills, obviously. I averted the collides. Right, so this gets us up to Stockport and then down to Alderley Edge. We then need to do... We need to go to the airport. We need to do the other side. So maybe we change trains. Let's see what it's like going for. This is the bit... Is this the same bit as the other one, or are we now on a different bit? Does the other line go off down there? I think it does, doesn't it? Yes. The other line goes off down there towards Glossop and Hadfield. What is love? Who knows? Nico? Train! I see a train. Transport for Wales service to somewhere. I'm guessing Manchester. Oh, that's braking. No, don't do that. Well, we've seen a couple of trains so far, so that's a plus, really. On our way up to Stockport. I went there. What did I do there? Why have I been to Stockport? I've been to Stockport and I don't know why. Hi, Pops. Right, point... No. Why are you... Don't go putting the brakes on. You know what it's done? It's put the brakes on. Yes, correct, Nico. Let's put the brakes. The brakes of. It's a brake test. That was a brake test. That was definitely a brake test. I can do this now. There you go, done. That was planned. I'm just so good at all this. I was pre-planned in advance brake test. I knew that was going to happen. Did I neutral again? No. It was pre-planned. If you'd have been listening at the beginning, I told you I was going to do that. Go back and watch it again. You'll hear me say that. I was going to do a brake test. I don't think you lot were listening though. Right, we were at 800 yards from Levenshulme. That sounds posh. Is it posh? Has anybody been to Levenshulme? Usually not done at 50. Well, I've got to test. You got to test the. How do you know the brakes are going to work at 50 unless you do a brake test at 50? I must have muted a microphone. Yeah, obviously it. And good 20. Right, we've arrived here, and not much with the lateness actually. Rigging. Doors are opening on the left-hand side of the train, which is the correct side if you want to get off. The 0907 to Crewe is on time. So we're going all the way up to Stockport and we're back down to Alderley Edge. So it's going to be a fair run back down then. I'll stop at Heaton Chapel. Nah, it does sound. Is there actually a chapel though at Heaton Chapel? Because if there isn't, I'll be disappointed. So yes, a couple of layers on this will only appear if you've got West Coast Main Line South and Cardiff City. But it's one of those things that I do mention. If you're into UK stuff, it's always best to have it all installed because some of the layers integrate into other routes. So it's worth that. We're going to go to Crewe. We went to the Crewe Heritage Centre a fair few years ago where we kidnapped Ed. I think we were there about 45 minutes. Went all the way to Crewe to go to Heritage Centre, 45 minutes. Won't make that mistake again. We've nearly ended up in Crewe because when we've done the West Midlands Day Ranger thing, that covers Crewe, so we've nearly done that. Right, braking. ...400 yards from Heaton Chapel. So far, I've got to say, 2 stops in, it does feel quite commutery. Which is a good thing from a commuter route. Is it buggy? I don't know, I've only been doing it 15 minutes. It doesn't appear to be yet. One of the issues was there was no lights working. Well, there seems to be lights now. And all the clocks were set at midnight. Well, they don't seem to be anymore. There was a patch coming out today, a first day fix. So Stockport is next. And then Cheadlehume. And then Handforth, Wilmslow. And then all the way back down to Alderley Edge. So not a bad little... Yeah, that doesn't work because it's not out on Steam yet. It probably is now, but it wasn't earlier. That's Groningen. There's another DLC out 2 days' time as well for Train Sim World. MBTA Commuter DLC? That might have to wait. Alright, 1.5 miles to Stockport. So we'll run this down to Alderley Edge. Then what we'll do is we'll go and see if we can do an Alderley Edge service back. And then jump in either the 150 or the 153 and do a bit of the service. So we see if we can cover all the bits of the route. So up to Stockport we've done, down to Alderley Edge. There's a bit in and out of the airport. And there's the other side. So there's the left-hand bit. Oh, I can bring the map up, can't I? So yeah, we're going 13. So we're going down the left. Hang on, are we? Cheadle-Hume, 7. Oh yes, we're going down the right-hand side. On the way back. Down to Alderley Edge. We want to come back on the left-hand side, including going to the airport. So, not a bad length of line. We will shortly be arriving at Stockport. Yeah, I remember it was a December night. I think I spent an hour waiting at Stockport train station. In the rain, the cold. And then had to battle through rush hour traffic. So yes, I have been to Stockport. That's a bridge. You can tell that by the way that it's... Oh, that's quite bridgy. Right, braking. It is, I know. It is definitely a bridge-like bridge thing. If you're going to make a bridge, what I always say when I'm thinking about making a bridge is try and make it look like a bridge, because otherwise people will go, "What's that banana doing there?" And you go, "No, that's a bridge." So are we turning around now? Turn around, bright eyes. We're actually, look at that, pretty much on time. Every day I think about bridges. I actually quite like those bridge builder games. I think I've done YouTube content on them. Wait until 9:14. So are we going that way? I don't think we'll go that way. I'm guessing we've got to go back the other way. So we're there. What's up? Where does that go? What? What are you? Hang on, you're Manchester. What? I'm confused. Did I not start at... Huh? I thought I started at Manchester Piccadilly, so I've come... What? Is the map upside down, or is that me? No, it's not. I'm confused now. I thought we'd just gone north. Stockport south of Really? Right. So do I go for... Okay. So am I carrying on? Yeah, I am carrying on forward. What? I need to look at that map again. Where's Stockport on there? 6. Oh, it's there. I've come south. Okay. No, it's fine. Forget that. Don't worry about me. It's okay. That was a test for you lot. I knew exactly where I was. You lot are idiots. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Connor, Discord's the best place for that. Professional, where? There's a train. That's definitely a train. Look, what? I'm not like I'm not from this area. You can't expect me to know where Stockport is in relation to Manchester Piccadilly. Yeah, Connor, Ethan's left the community. He won't be coming back. There, done. Why do I always think that Stockport was north of... Neither do I. We know it's... But you're obviously more intelligent than I am then, Colin. The other train's heading north. It's not like it's got a big arrow on it saying I'm going this way and I'm going that way, does it? Fine. Should I get some sort of compass so I know whether I'm going... There you go. I need some sort of compass. I've only got compasses in trains. The train from Cardiff coming towards you was I don't know where it started. It might have started... Look, don't come here with your logic. It could have been going to or... I wasn't looking at where it was going. You need a compass on a map to tell me which way to go. Yes. Can we get Google Maps in the train? The big... I know... Look. I know that Piccadilly was a termini. I just thought I came out of Piccadilly and went north. I wasn't appreciating the fact that I came out of Piccadilly and went south. I was confused briefly. Slightly, a little bit. Oh, now we get 100 limit, look, just as I'm approaching. Did I forget how maps work? Look, it's not about how maps work. Don't start picking on me. It's the north. I don't know the north. I've been to Manchester twice. Clearly not. Although, to be honest, there's probably bits of the south I don't know. It's July. Let's take the P out of Steve month. So what was June then? And where is Manchester from me? North. I know Manchester's north of me. Oh, June was the same. So what we're saying is that the month of July is exactly the same as the month of June. In that you lot aren't going to be nice to me. Can I look forward to August then? Right, doors are unlocking on the left-hand side. I'm going to look at the map again. Right, so what we established is... Okay, and bear with me on this one, because I'm so good. There, hang on. Is that Manchester Piccadilly? Yeah, there's Manchester Piccadilly. What we've done is we've come south. That's the route that goes down to Glossop. That's a lot of route. What we've done is we've come south down here towards Alderley Edge. And then what we want to do is come back up here. We want to do the airport, which is here. And then we want to come back up this side to go back to Manchester Piccadilly. That is... down is south. Up is north. There are moments when I like you lot. Just stating. Locked doors. That side. I won't be at Pride this month. No. Right. 2.3 miles to Hanforth, which is south, in case you weren't paying attention, south of Manchester Piccadilly. I knew all along. I was just, seeing if you lot were paying attention. Hi, Michael. Right, 2.3 miles to Hanforth. And then we'll see what we can get coming from Alderley Edge. I know. Look. Really? I know. Look. Don't do it. Don't do it. The airport's on your right hand side. Somewhere over there. Let's train. Are you sure? It's on the right, because I'm going south, so the airport's on the right, and we're on the left-hand line, going in a southwards direction. What do you take me for? Some kind of idiot? Whoa! Which direction is right? West. I'll think about that because we're heading south. That made my brain hurt. Right, braking. Opposite of left. Correct. Well done. Don't. I'm fine with the nav, apart from when people are in the car, that it seems to fall apart. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to that, Nigel. I'll see. One of those situations where I don't know any other of the ambassadors. I don't really engage with them in the ambassador server, so I don't know if I'll bother going. And when the I reversed into the tree on the campsite. I'll be looking at going back there next month. Holy crap! Who knew it was so expensive to go away in August? Who would have thought it, eh? Thought I'd have the weekend down in Paul in August. No, I won't. not for £500 plus. I won't. Yeah, it's score of this. Right, wait until 9:24. I'm blaming Nico for the speed cameras. There's all the extra weight in the car. I had to accelerate harder than I would normally do. Crew writing is tiny. Yeah, that's a little bit of an issue, isn't it? Right, we're standing on a corner in Wilmslow, Arizona. Such a fine sight to see. To go, my lord, in a flatbed Ford. So come down and take a look at me. That is one of the places I've always wanted to go. That was on my planned road trip to the States. Arizona is south of Manchester too. Who sang that song? Eagles. And there is actually, you go to Wilmslow, Arizona, and there is a flatbed Ford. Last time I saw someone go to a YouTube video, there was like a mannequin inside it, and people were taking their photos on a corner in Wilmslow, Arizona. Does a lot for tourism. Birds can sing. Have you not heard, like 3 o'clock in the morning, when the noisy gits are chirping and singing and doing whatever they do? Right, we are now about to arrive at Wilmslow. Oh, hang on, we got a Pentalino. Why is that stopping there? Do they stop there? Is that a thing? Avanti, West Coast. Avanti, Avanti. Hang on. Okay, so this is going to be me being an idiot, right? Be prepared. Buckle up. I know you're going to be surprised. Are you ready? Is that the same line then that ends up? It's not, is it? No, I was thinking, is that the same line that ends up on West Coast Main Line South? But that's just going between Manchester, Piccadilly and Stockport, which is south of Manchester. Avanti means forward in Italian. Well, there you go. Answer my own questions. Yeah, but that happens. You can exit Milton Keynes. I do hope we get the bit between Milton Keynes and Brummagem. I do kind of want to go back and explore Manchester a bit more. I did like it. Manchester's got a certain vibe to it. Not at night. I made that mistake again. And watched a YouTube video earlier. American guy back in London, spent 2 days in Bath Spa, and then back in London, and went across Tower Bridge. And was walking across it as it opened, which is quite cool. And then walked round Tower of London and stuff. And at like 8:30 at night, and that's a nice time to go into London. So I might actually have to do that. Yes, McBone, I think it's already been posted in the Discord. Right, 1.5 miles to Alderley Edge. Which is the end of the line, as the Travelling Wilburys sang. Yeah, there was talk about the Northampton loop as well. It would be nice if we start getting these gaps filled in. I don't know what other UK route we've got to come. Nothing I've heard of after this. Hopefully we get more of the London Overground routes. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Trent. Is that a bit like a pancake, an update? Well, yeah. Guy I've been watching on YouTube doing a road trip along Route 66, eating at famous restaurants along the way, had biscuits and gravy for breakfast at one of the restaurants, because the night before he tried eating a 72-ounce steak, which if you ate it in an hour you get it free. He failed. Anyway, I'm slightly intrigued by biscuits and gravy. They're a bit like a scone. The gravy was white, yeah. There's one of a couple of things that he's eaten while he was out there that I'm like, If I remember, I'll post the video that no one will watch. Right, So we've arrived at Alderley Edge, which is south of Manchester. Well, they have what they call sausage gravy, don't they? Right, so there we go. Speeding a little bit. Okay, so we'll go back to the main menu. But yeah, looking at this video is really making me want to go to America even more now. One of the things I always said I wanted to do was just find an out-of-the-way diner. And although some of the restaurants he's going to are famous ones along Route 66, a couple of them, they're not major chains, so it does intrigue me. Anyway, so we'll stick with a weekday timetable. Let's see what we can do in the 150. So Wilmslow to Manchester Piccadilly via Stockport. That's the same way. So that goes back the same way. Okay. I really want to go from Alderley Edge. It might have to be a 323 again then. I want to go from Alderley Edge up. Now we've come down. Manchester Airport to Alderley Edge. Manchester Piccadilly. Alderley Edge to Manchester Piccadilly via Stockport. Well, that's the same side. Did he not go back up the other way? Manchester Airport to Manchester Piccadilly. What goes from Alderley Edge then? Does nothing else? I wonder if it'll be. I wonder if it'll be the 390. Stockport, Manchester Piccadilly. They only go to Stockport. Okay. 350. So can't we start from Alderley Edge? That seems a bit odd. Manchester Piccadilly from Wilmslow. Okay. 158? No. It's got to be the 323. So that goes to Alderley Edge via Stockport. I want to come back. Alderley Edge, Manchester Piccadilly via Stockport. Okay, well what we do then is we'll make the return run in the same train, in case people weren't in at the beginning, and then we'll come out of Manchester Piccadilly and go to the airport. That's fine, we've sorted it. Forever the professional me, I know what I'm doing. It's you lot that are confused. Alright, how are the lights? So we're basically going the other way now. Open doors. The Nottingham train goes to the airport. Yeah, that's fine. We go back to Manchester. Okay, so this has not got no front display working. And it's got no lights working. They did say there were some issues. I bet, hang on, I bet the other end of the train... No, yeah, this has got no lights working then. No, we don't need lights. Hi, Hodders. Right, so back to Wilmslow. I didn't think we were going to go anywhere then. Where we're going, we don't need lights. Tomorrow, by the way, OMSI. Back in that, it's going to be London or something. Thursday night, not sure. There'll be something Thursday night. Friday night, Wreckfest, which I'm really looking forward to. I know, I'll do them after the stream. Friday night, Wreckfest, looking forward to that one. Saturday night, bingo that don't forget you can join in with if you've got Roblox, and then Sunday lunchtime back on the farm, and then more things back next week. Yeah, we'll come back to the bus. I'm hoping that we get the coach thing in ETS2 in the next, well, yeah, month or so. Then that'll be a focus for a little while. You know what? I'm actually quite liking this route. I didn't think I would, and I've only done one little bit of it. It's definitely quite commutery, as commutery lines go. Yeah, I do want to do the other side down to the airport, so we'll see if we can do that in something diesely. Now, Steve, don't you start with me. Don't you think I know which way's north and which way's south? What do you take me for? I don't know. You no, like, you just all think I'm just some sort of buffoon that is just here 6 days a week, just fumbling along at doing this. Don't ask a question if you may not like an answer. Thank you. What's the capital of Ireland? Oh, that'll be Limerick for sure. Wait until 9:16 and 30 seconds. Quizzing, we're going to have to put back on the schedule soon as well. You wait till Rochdale? Why did I say Rochdale? Doncaster, Colin. I don't know why I thought of Rochdale. Right, Handforth is next as opposed to Handfifth. It's kind of Rochdale. I've been to Rochdale. That was scary. We did that on the first year. Was it the first year? Yeah, I think the first year we did a Manchester meetup. We checked in the hotel, walked to the tram stop. There's a load of chavs hanging around. Got on the tram, went into Rochdale, went into a Spoons. It was literally eat, go back to the tram, and go back to the safety of the hotel as quickly as possible. I wouldn't have liked to have done that journey on my own. Thankfully, I wasn't alone. Although I don't think Harry would have been much of a help. Just told them the final gear ratio of the Renault T or something, hoping to bore them to death. Right, 0.8 of a mile to Handforth. No, I'd have done my back in. Better than Moss Side. Better than St Paul's in Bristol. That rough. My niece used to live in a really rough bit of Birmingham. Really rough bit of Birmingham. But because I was there most weekends, I was almost protected. Pulled up there once on a motorbike, and my niece was concerned that, you know, the bike might get nicked or something. Had a D-lock on it. She basically spoke to the next door neighbour, who was a drug dealer, and he said, "Don't worry, no one will touch it. I'll put out a word." So it was almost, I was under protection, and no one went near it. fine, still there. I almost felt as though I had my own personal like guard for the weekend. Yeah, that was Edgbaston. Doors are locking. Right, so making our way north, back towards Cheadle-Hulme and then Manchester Piccadilly. Then we'll get something out of Manchester Piccadilly and go to the airport. Then what I really want to try and do at the airport is see if there is anything that goes south to Alderley Edge. I don't know if there is. I'll show you the map again. So we're on the right-hand side going north. I want to come back down the left-hand side to go to the airport, which is, what, 12? And then does anything go south to 10? Or can we go down to Henforth and then have to turn around there? Because then we've done all the bits of the line. We will find out. Stay tuned. We did it. I think we changed at Alderley Edge when we did it. I don't think we went to the airport. Yeah, we're not on the left-hand line now. We're on the same line we just came. He was born in Edgbaston. He used to drink in the trees in the pub. Many an evening that I've come out of there, not been able to walk straight. I think they put something in the water. You go in, you're perfectly fine. They give you this water. It doesn't look great in the glass. It's like a brown colour. You've got a head on it. And then, you know, a couple of hours and like a dozen pints, and your speech is all slurred. You're walking funny. You fancy a kebab. You know, there's definitely odd. Gives you a nasty headache in the morning. And then you go, never doing that again. And then the following day, someone says, pub? Yeah, all right. Oh, there is. Oh, I see. So it's the crew train. Okay, so when we get back to Piccadilly, we'll go down to the airport and then see if we can get a crew train to go back to Alderley Edge. So then we've done all the bits. Yeah, quite like this. About half an hour run up to Manchester. Does remind me slightly of Cardiff Commuter. In fact, we've got some transport for Wales. So anything you can jump in a 153, yes please. Or Pendolino. It might be something like a Los Angelino. That was a Billy Joel song, I think. Los Angelinos. And stop. Yeah, so there is an issue. There was an issue with lighting. This train hasn't got any. You don't need lights. It's a train. You don't need lights. It's fine. Just ignore that. There'll be another fix, I'm sure. Wait until 9:24 and 0 seconds. Oh, we haven't done. Hang on. We got to, haven't we? Baldy! There we go. That's that done. That was easy. Right, done. It is busy, as it would be. It didn't look far. There you are. And doors are locking. Right, Stockport, which now Stockport. In case you weren't in case you're wondering, in case you weren't sure on the geography of the UK, okay, Stockport is south of Manchester, or Manchester Piccadilly. In case you weren't sure, you're never going to Tesco or Home Bargains on a Saturday morning. What? In case you bump into me, I'm at Tesco's at 7:15 ish. Home Bargains about 8:30. Not that I like routine or anything. Shouting Baldy. I don't do that in real life, do I? Stockport is not Southport. Or South Park. I know it's south of Manchester, Michael. Yeah, I've resisted doing the mod buses things. I'm waiting until they're officially in the game. But yeah, this side of the route, actually liking it. Oh, a little bit of speeding. I can actually read a map. A lot of the younger generation can't. So if you'd have put this on a map, I would have known it'd have been south. In my head, I just thought Stockport was north of Manchester. I can read a map. I had a job that involved OS coordinates when I were a lad. And he used to do route planning. I did just get in arguments with some of the drivers going, why are you sending me there then there when I can go here to there? No, that way's quickest. I imagine it's only going to get busier as we get closer to Manchester. So it's one of those, isn't it? So I should imagine after Stockport it'll be busier. Or will the other side be busier going down? Which is the most frequently used main route? Is it this side via Stockport? I'm guessing not much of the mainline stuff will come in via the airport, will it? Will anybody at Farms see the update? A Highlands map coming, including fishing. Really? Fishing. Not sure how I feel about that. We're coming in November, so we might give that map a go. Right, you've arrived at Stockport. Cross country come up here as well. Okay. I just remember sat in a visitor's car park thing for like an hour, just waiting for a train, which was then delayed. I'd driven all the way from Swindon on a Friday afternoon. I just wanted to get to the hotel. And it was like, well, yeah, fish farming, where fish are bred in like big nets and things. So that's the sort of thing it is, which is not. It's not, you know, dangling a maggot into the water. It's farming on an industrial scale, or fish farming, breeding the fish things. It said you can use a rod. Yeah, I still don't know. We haven't really tried the whole gravel thing yet. We need to do that. Right, Heaton Chapel. Why are you getting wheel slip? Thank you. Now we've got no motor noise. Okay. Are we just coasting now? Have we now lost motor noise? We'll soon see when I get a higher speed. Alright, so back over the bridgey thing. Which does look quite bridgy in its bridginess. Northern. Here, I'm a train, I am. Oh, there we go. Now we've got motor noise again. It was just initially unnoisy. It was meant to do that. Yeah, definitely. Right, so all the way back to Manchester Piccadilly. Then we'll see if we can find something diseasily to go to the airport. So next time I'm going to be on a train. Next time I'm going to be on a train. Could be Doncaster. Yeah, that ain't happening. Yeah, so Doncaster to York. Which my tickets turned up for today. I had good old-fashioned paper tickets posted to me. Came in, got excited because there's a letter. Oh, I got a letter. Yeah, I doubt if I'm going to Derby either. That stopped. Doors are unlocking on the left-hand side of the train. There are 4 Heatons. They're like a quartet. I unlock the doors. 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 Okay, I can't change the view. There we go. That had a bit of a lag. I think it lagged out a bit then. Right, Levenshulme is next in 1.4. So yeah, so if we can get down to the airport, and then from the airport back to Alderley Edge, then we'd have done all the bits, which I'll be quite impressed by. Very odd situation going on in my room currently. I've got the aircon unit behind me blowing cold air into the room, which is going down the left-hand side of me, which is quite nice. To my right-hand side, under the desk, is the PC, which is blowing hot air. So half of me is hot because of the heat going from the PC. Half of me is cold because of the aircon air. A really odd situation. I really need to sort this room out. Thankfully, it's going to get cooler from tomorrow. Turn around. I'd be facing the other way, wouldn't I? A, I would be able to see the screen, and B, you would be able to hear me. Not that that's probably too much of an issue. Is that a bit like the horse with no name? Turn around, bright eye. Well, the closest mirror is in the bathroom on a cabinet. So I have to get the cabinet off the wall, and that just seems a lot of effort, really. So you can put the horse with no name on the street with no name. We will now shortly be arriving at Levenshuelm. Mirror in the bathroom. God, who sang that? I think I've said this before as well. When my niece lived in Edgbaston, to the other side of my niece was the mum of one of the band members from Musical Youth. That was a train. That's the one. They're probably one hit. Alright, back to Manchester then. 2.7 miles. Past the Duchy of Cornwall. Yeah, I think they had an interesting life. There can't be that much royalties from one hit, really, can there? Still going, really? Hi, Barry. They can't really call... How can they be called Musical Youth? They've got to be in their, what, 50s? Most are dead. Well, that would stop the, reunion. Six top 40s. Well, well, well. 3 holes in the ground. It was a hit in the US, as blimey. Okay, so 2 miles from Manchester to Piccadilly. So we've been up and down the right-hand side, going to Alderley Edge via Stockport, which is definitely south of Manchester, despite what you lot thought earlier. Can't believe you thought Stockport was north of Manchester. You are a bit thick, aren't you? So far, Barry, I've already done 50% of it. I gotta do the other side. Hello from the other side. That's a train. You're far from it, Trent. You're like a watery custard. Break on through to the other side. Break on through to... Is that the Doors? I was thinking of Adele with Hello from the Other Side. Any about time she had an album? Didn't she put one out like every 2 years or something with her age? It's got to be a couple of years since the last one. Not that I'm an Adele fan. (19, 22, 25 and 30). Bit of a gap. She got a bit lazy, didn't she? 3 years, 3 years, 5 years. What's the next one going to be? 37? It's not like she needs the money, I suppose, is it? Wait for my album. Kids turned up. Well, whose fault was that? Right, we are now approaching Manchester. Piccadilly. Conscription. Isn't that when you get signed up to go to war? Isn't that a conscription? I didn't watch any Glastonbury. I wanted to, but forgot all about it. By the time I came off the streams and then caught up on watching YouTube and TV shows and stuff, I didn't watch any Glastonbury. I do want to try and catch some tennis this weekend, if I can. It was great weather. A Vauxhall combo. Isn't that just a fat, lengthened Corsa? You like tennis too? Oh, it's not, you know, it's not a dating questionnaire, Colin. Would you like, you know, long walks on the beach? Do you have to source a tennis outfit? You can route hop from here, yes. I don't know where it is. I'm sailing away. Where'd that come from? Who sang that? That's annoying me now. That Sticks. I've got the... Have I still got it? I think I have. The 12-inch version of Babe by Styx. I've also got some picture singles. Remember them? When you had vinyl that was a picture. One's like a Harrier jump jet with a picture disc. Right, anyway. I can't remember what band it is, but the picture discs are good. Okay. So weekday, let's go 150. Can we go from... Well, that goes... Manchester Airport. Manchester Piccadilly to Wilmslow. Well, that's not... What? That says Manchester Airport to Llandudno. Well, that goes down the same side. Here we go. Manchester Piccadilly to Manchester Airport. That's what we want. Right, Transport for Wales service. So that's going to take us into the airport. Right, we'll do that in a class 150. I can't remember what they are. There's a stack of vinyl in the bottom of the cupboard in my bedroom. I really must dig them out. Right. Okay, why won't you now go in reverser? Have I... Okay, the reverser will only go in reverse. What? That's more like it. There we go. Alright, headlights. Tail lights off. Oh, look at that. Yeah, headlights aren't working on this one either. So lights are definitely an issue. So we go in East Didsbury and Manchester Airport. In a 150, and then we'll find something coming out of Manchester Airport. Passenger hair check. Yeah, sod it. Where's the door? Can't find the door. Where are you? We're not leaving until we find one. I don't care if we're late. Do apologise, passengers, if there isn't a baldy on the train. We will not be going anywhere. Baldy! Hello, Baldy! Quite like that shirt, actually. I could wear that. Anyway, right, we can go now. Right, lock doors. Right, 4.7 miles to East Didsbury. Oh, smoky. Oh, well, you lot didn't shout baldy, did you? Useless. Baldy. It's close, Trent. Then the tram goes to East Didsbury, doesn't it? Am I right in thinking there? Did I find you on my train? Yes, Sim. It was you. Yeah, I'm sure we went to East Didsbury on the tram. I do like the tram. There've only been like 3 stops or 2 stops on the tram in Nottingham. Yeah, Rochdale was where we were staying. Well, near Newhay was where we were staying in the hotel. That's where we stayed both years. So we got the tram all the way into Rochdale and then got the tram all the way in. I quite like that tram route. Yeah, went all the way to Eccles for an Eccles cake. That I ended up buying in Morrison's. And I was the only one that bought any. That's why I should just do these trips out on my own, I think. Miserable bunch of sods. Right, East Didsbury next, and then down to the airport. Airport. Who sang that? Airport. That was a good song. The Motors. There you go. It's a shame I can't do a music entertainment stream, isn't it? I just sit and play songs. I'd love to do that. New Year's Eve, I would seriously love to just do a... I'll just sit here, you lot do your thing, and I'll just play some music. Probably just be doing that myself anyway on New Year's Eve. Alright, 3.8 miles to East Didsbury. do it now. I can't do it now. I used to DJ. I've got literally there's a shelf full of my old CD singles behind me. That's part of the reason I want to get a hi-fi set up downstairs. I would quite happily sit there on a Sunday evening, just some of those songs I don't think I've heard in such a long time. Oh, we're going to be speeding a little bit. Oh, that's speeding quite a lot. Yeah, part of me does wish I had have done something. Let's try and, I don't know, do something more. Too late now. I think I thought it was weird, right? Watch that ITV series about Noel Edmonds going to New Zealand. I think it was filmed for New Zealand TV because it's a New Zealand film crew, which makes sense. Broadcast on ITV. Who do you think did the narration? Which for me I thought was a bit odd. No. Although he did appear in one of the episodes. It was Rob Brydon. It didn't fit with me that Rob Brydon was doing the narration on a Kiwi TV show. And Mr. Blobby, because they did a Halloween thing at the pub Noel's got. And Mr. Blobby came in. And Noel said, you think people think that I must be fed up of Blobby. He said, far from it. It made me a fortune, he said. Yeah, I think it'd been more obvious if it had been narrated by someone from New Zealand. I don't know why they didn't go with the New Zealand, obviously because it was done for New Zealand TV, I'm guessing. Why they didn't just stick with a New Zealand narrator. Although saying that, Grand Design's New Zealand that I like. The presenter's British, but obviously now lives in New Zealand. Anyway, yeah, interesting series. I think it's only 3 episodes. I don't know, I'm going this slowly, but we're only a mile away. So why aren't we stopping at these stations then? Would these not stop there? So these little intermediate stations. That's because of Transport for Wales. I think this is one of those interesting routes. If you've got the layers for it, so if you've got Cardiff City Network, and if you've got West Coast Main Line South, you'll get these layers of the extra services. So although you're going up and down the same line, I think it would be quite interesting to do it in all the services. Now the 150 and the 153, I do like the 153. Which way's north? We're going south currently. I knew that. We are arriving at East is roughly on time as well, considering I was coasting that last bit. Ah, is that... What's that over there? Where's the tram then in relation to... They're not one station. Doors. Doors. Thank you. That's a... Hello? Where have you put... Why have you put me up here as a view? Okay. Okay, I was just thinking it might have been over here or something. I thought, that's a hell of a walkway down, isn't it? So is that the way to get... Blimey, that's zigzaggy. Right, lock doors. Am I a fruit bat? Not as a fruit cake. Right, 3.7 miles to the airport. No, that's brakes on. Brakes off. And there are no lights because it's a bug. If you're wondering. Hang on, we go. Bear with me. Throttle position 1, 2, 3. Oh, we can go 4, 5. Okay, they're quite close together. When we're going on my holiday. Well, I was going to get a pool for a few days, but doesn't look like that's happening now. Maybe next year. Probably not. Right, go. You can't do that on a plane. No, you can't. Well, Bournemouth's got an airport, so technically I could. Yeah, that blocked you, Odders, because you used the word clock. Don't know why it blocks the word clock. The Bisuzette. My neighbours have got, well, neighbours across the road. Front garden, paddling pool. Sat there drinking Stella. You know, classy area. Well, we know in a certain person's stream, if you mention Sunday night trucking, you get timed out, I think. Yeah, you'd have thought it... Okay, no, but say you thought it stopped. So there must be a stopping service then that stops at those intermediate stations, as well as then going to Manchester Airport. I think this route has actually got a little bit of scope. I like the fact that you can do some Pendolino stuff if you've got the layers. This, the 323 action, the 350s. Exactly, Tiger. Yes, I almost think this warrants a second stream to do those other services. Because by the time you do both sides, it is a bit of a trek. Because now what we want to do from the airport is try and go back to Alderley Edge. Yeah, so it's these stations, the ones you want to be stopping at as well. Alright, braking. I'm guessing we're going to turn off it. Yes, we are. We'll turn off here then. Off towards l'aeroporto. Only opened in 1993. Blimey. So you think, and I bet passenger numbers have increased because of the rail link. Yeah, it took a while for the underground to get to Heathrow. And now, I hate to say it, watched Jeff's video yesterday on travelling around Heathrow for free. And it kind of made me want to do that. I am going to have to spend a day back in London, aren't I? Just doing some of those things that I wanted to do but haven't been able to do. Yeah, I'm sure we got the tram down to the airport. And then we got the train back. I hear a plane. I actually wish I was, like Pina, close to Newcastle Airport. Anyone in London has pretty much got good access. Yeah, well, we did, because we went and meet Dom Rado. Or two of us. No one else could be bothered. Bristol Airport's an hour and a bit for me. Cardiff's over an hour for me. Heathrow's an hour, but is a pain. Buxton, that's where I want to go. Back to Buxton. I liked it there. Was it New Mills? New Mills we walked from? And we went through Bakewell, yeah. And didn't have time to... yeah, we did. We walked between the two of them. That was a really nice walk. We didn't get time to do the to get off at Bakewell and get a tart. Yeah, it was those escalators that we came down, and then okay, so let's have a look. What? Hello. Why have you? Hello. Yes, we walked past the Swizzles factory. I see planes. There are planes over there. And cars going round and round and roundabout. Whoa, got a bit tail happy there. Right. So yeah, so Manchester Airport is where we are. I wonder if there's anything on the timetable. So I'm going to get out of a look. I wonder if we can actually go and get something from here. So if we relinquish service... Oh, I mean, what? My God mode doesn't work. Right, you have to go back to the menu then, aren't I? Coming through. Right, it was 11:13. 11:18 to Manchester Airport. Okay. 13:57 to Crewe. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. So let's see if we can go from Manchester Airport then down to Alderley Edge. So we want a Crewe train then, do we? Let's see if we can do it at 153. Let's have a look and see if the Transport for Wales stuff's going. Manchester Airport to Manchester. I guess it's going back to Piccadilly. Right, okay. What about the... Where does the 350 go? That goes back to Piccadilly. Right, so they're all going between Piccadilly and the airport. We want to go south. No, they won't go in there. It's got to be a 323. Oh, what a 158. What do you do? Stockport. Right, it has to be the 323 then, isn't it? Manchester Airport. No, that's going north. That's going Alderley Edge to Manchester Airport. I want to do the other way round. I want to do Manchester Airport. Manchester no. Manchester Piccadilly. There we go. Manchester Airport to Alderley Edge. There we go. Done. Sorted. And then we'll try maybe one of the Pendolino services. Right, so back in Manchester Airport. I wonder if we ever will get the angry trains in this. Have we got lights? No. Yeah, so there's definitely some updates needed. Right, so this time we're going Style, Wilmslow, Alderley Edge. So 3 stops back to Alderley Edge. Wait until 11:05. You know what that means. You are a baldy. And there's one there. 3 in a row. Do we get some sort of prize? Three baldies in a row, diagonally. Bingo. Yeah, connect 3. Yeah. I'm going to go out on a limb. Not a very big limb. Or should it be a big limb? Not Big Jim. He's a different person. Don't get them confused. I like the route. I honestly didn't think I would. But I do. Is there a nudge button? Well, I watched it the other day. No, I didn't watch it. It came up on my YouTube feed. About, is it one of the piers somewhere? I know Teignmouth Pier has got, still got 2p machines and stuff on it. I'm sure there's another pier somewhere in the country where it's just got 2p machines. That's an awesome way to waste a couple of hours in it and not a lot of money. Yeah, I had the email to say it's out as well. Right, Style. Yes, stop making a single-handed operation now. I mean, that confused me. Windows. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? Thanks for the follow the other day, by the way. When was that? Yesterday. Right, so I'm guessing this is going to be one of the... No, we haven't been this way yet, have we? This is all new. So we're now going to go down here and turn right, which is south. I'm pretty sure. I'm not an idiot, you know. Some might think it currently. I'm getting a bit too sure. Usually watch on YouTube. Must be frustrating watching live streams on YouTube, because you probably feel at times you want to interact because you can see the chat. It's like, nope, I can't, it's pre-recorded, isn't I? Well, that's the aim. To try and get people here from the YouTubes. Yeah, this is pre-recorded. I recorded this last Tuesday. I'm actually going to record some more stuff this weekend. Just nothing is as bad. I don't know what happened last Thursday. Everyone was just in that. But I think it'll be a while before we get another one like that. Which is why I'm committed to what I'm doing this Thursday. I'm looking forward to Friday, mind, with Wreckfest. I think that's going to be really good fun. Right, so we're now going south. Just in case you weren't aware. That was a cough, but thank you. It's not the cough that carries you off, it's the coffin they carry you off in. Holding the front page, Steve committed. I should be. It's what makes this community what it is. We're a loving, caring community, we are. We're very nice. Couple of glasses of Chardonnay, we do anything. How am I liking the route? I am, actually. It is very good. Once we've been down here, we've done all bits of it. I have to care for the elderly. Why do you think, you know, I'm glad you lot are going to Doncaster. It's not to look after Ed, it's to look after me. Even Pina today, half committed to going. Half committed, it's getting there. I'm 26, that's knocking on a bit. I'm your responsible adult. No, I'm not falling for that one again, Trent. Twice in the last couple of years. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. No idea. Right, wait until 11:12. That'll be 2 minutes. Let's go. It doesn't like. Come on. Thank you. Right. Baldy. Yeah, we've still got 3 in a row. We're okay. Are there any more? Oh, another one. Hey, they're all out today, aren't they? Excuse me. I don't know if you know this. You may not have noticed. You seem to have a ponytail. Just letting you know that, in case you didn't know. Just okay. Oh God, double boardies. Your hair's in a bun. There are no words. Are they looking at each other going, that guy looks great? Sit back down. I'm gonna sit right down and write myself a letter. "30 seconds to go. Not 30 seconds to Mars. You've got to be really close to Mars, haven't you, to be 30 seconds to Mars? I could probably, if I grew my hair... Again, watch the video at the weekend, American woodworking thing, where one of the guys had the whole mullet thing going on. And there's part of me thinking, I used to have hair like that. And if I grew because my hair grows quite long at the back and at the sides. I need to get it cut this Saturday, maybe, if I get time. I could probably go ponytail. I am definitely looking at piercings. So don't be surprised when I turn up in Doncaster, I've got either 1 or 2 studs in my ears. And seeing Charlie Borman get a tattoo, his first tattoo of a spark plug on his arm, I did go. I'm not through it now, but there was the whole tattoo phase I went through years ago. Thankfully, didn't do it. Right, Wilmslow, Arizona is next. Pierce Brosnan, exactly. There will be clothes shopping before Doncaster. I'm determined not to turn up in anything that anyone's seen me in before, apart from the boxers, because not many people have seen me in those. Jeans. Well, yeah, jeans are advisable. I need to go in the Levi's store. Actually, I think I've got a pair of 501 somewhere that I haven't worn. It'd be nice if you wear clothes. Yeah, it's probably advisable. Right, I've got a double yellow. Yeah, I don't think that would be allowed somehow, Trent. You'd have to get me very drunk. Although I think Amy Lou and Colin probably both want to.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jesus. That scared the crap out of me. TSC_streamer. Let me guess. You're really into Fernbus. You'll be having a drink. Just don't encourage me. You realise I've been travelling around Manchester nearly 2 hours and it hasn't rained. I haven't seen a single chav either. Unlock doors. I do need to start drinking again. I had those couple of, what were they, blood orange ciders last week. That was actually really nice. Sitting in the garden after the stream with a beer would actually be quite pleasant. But at the moment, it's too hot out there. Lights work. No, they don't. There's nothing on the front of the train. Right, so this goes down to Alderley Edge. I'll bring the map up because that's the kind of professional I am. So we started at the top, which is north, and we're going down towards the bottom, which is south. And we've gone via Manchester Airport. So we've done all the bits of the route. Time to get back down to Alderley Edge. wait another 1 minute. I had to think about that. No, I didn't. I knew. Tomorrow, OMSI. I was going to install some of the new routes, but last night ended up watching... What did I watch last night? Oh, Grand Designs New Zealand. So there won't be. Thursday night, something. Don't know what yet. There'll be something. Friday night, Wreckfest. Saturday night is... What are we doing Saturday? Oh, bingo. And then Sunday lunchtime, back on the farm. And then next week at Things. I don't know what things. I might do this again next Tuesday, actually, because I'm quite liking this. I think this does warrant another look. Maybe do a nighttime run or an early morning run would be quite interesting. Plus there is like the rail tours and stuff like that and all the other routes, bits. We didn't do the 153. Although I do like the 323. 323, yeah. Thursby Larkin on the left. Right, Alderley Edge. 1.7 miles. I don't think there's anything else that went from Alderley Edge. Because that's why we had to get the 323 back. So maybe we look at the Pendolino. What's my least favourite route? Oh, blimey. Antelope Valley? You never do that again. Yeah. Ron Thomas. I think what I might do with Thomas is maybe something over Christmas. I've been trying to think of something to do for Christmas. Last year, I didn't do a long Christmas stream, so I wasn't on my own for Christmas. This year I will be. So I might do a long Christmas stream. I don't think I want to do it in Train Sim Classic. So I don't know. You know, the other thing that obviously we're going to be doing the Christmas Train Sim World route. That's a given, really. I do want to find some sort of adventure game. Obviously, Indiana Jones, not Indiana Jones, Harry Potter didn't work for me. Indiana Jones I've been looking at, but expensive. I like the idea of Left 4 Dead, Red Dead Redemption. I've never really got further than the first 20 minutes. So I think that might be interesting. My fallback, and I can't believe it was, what, 7 months ago that we did it. I don't think, could we do it again? I don't think we could do it. I did start GTA. Things I'm no good at the shooting bits of GTA or the driving bits. I don't think we could do As Dusk Falls again. Twice, good. 3 times, probably not. But as we said, if the coach thing is out for ETS2, then I do want to visit every capital city within the ETS2 map. And I think in one long journey, I think that would take a while. Yeah. Well, who knows if I'll be doing this next year. No, see, I know it's a bit early, 5 months till December. It won't be long. But yeah, I will be here over Christmas. I was looking at going away, but it's just so expensive. Right. So let's see what we can do in a Pendolino. If I can, thank you. Wilmslow to Manchester Piccadilly. Well, there we go. Shame there wasn't anything from Alderley Edge, really, isn't it? That's just one stop up. But that'll do. Well, yeah, meetups in 2 and a bit months' time. Yeah. Well, for me anyway, once the coach thing's out in ETS2, I'll never do firm bus again. I don't think I'd do the bus. I just think once we get coach mods, and I think there will be, you know, the 3 standard coaches that we're going to start with, I think will be enough to get us going. So there's 3 streams. And yeah, I am really looking forward to that meetup. So yeah, Stockport and Manchester. Locked doors already. Got no lights. Exterior lights. Did I play Bus Sim 21? Yes. And 18. They're on the YouTubes, I think. Yeah, it's not the train. There are issues with the route. Right. Are we single-handed doodah? We are, aren't we? Right, 6 miles to Stockport. Definitely want the aircon on, wouldn't you? But yeah, so we'll do this again. We'll look at the 153. We got the 350. We got the 158. We got the rail tour. So there are other bits of this route. I think this is one that warrants it. Can I recommend it? Yes. I'm not sure how much it is, if I'm honest. I know it's, you know, 7 months later than planned, and there are still a couple of bugs. They will get worked out. It's not unplayable. You know, a couple of issues with lights. It doesn't stop you being able to do the routes. You know, there's been nothing I found in the last couple of hours that has broken it. You know, you don't really see the lights from the outside anyway. Yeah, they should be simulated, but, you know. And if this is the standard of stuff we're going to be getting from now on, bring it on. And we've still got more stuff to come, I think, before Train Sim World 6. There you go, 19.99 at the moment. Is that worth it? Yes. Because it does give you that link with Glossop. And especially if, like me, you've got the layers. So if you've got West Coast Main Line South and installed, and you've got Cardiff City installed, you'll get the layers with the 150, the 153, the Pendolino and the 350. If not, I think you'll only get the 323 services. Which, I quite like the 323. Almost makes me want to go back and do Birmingham again. So you can now do the 323 on Manchester, Glossop and Birmingham. Which means I hope we do get the 730, is it? In Birmingham. The trains that just look angry. I'm an angry train. I do hope one day Train Sim World does end up being something as big as Train Sim Classic. I think it will happen. The limitations, I think, stopping us getting longer routes in this seem to be consoles. Because in theory, apart from the time it takes to generate the maps, and I get that, there's nothing stopping you on PC being able to have a route that goes from Manchester to London, or from Edinburgh to London in Train Sim World. The only limitations that seem to be stopping it are consoles. And I even think the next generation of consoles, when they're out, will be limiting. Because, you know, how awesome, you know, and I've done it in Train Sim Classic, London to Edinburgh. And I've done, you know, Paddington to Penzance in a pacer for 8.5 hours. Don't think I could do that again now. But with this level of detail, to be able to do something like London to Edinburgh, yeah, bring it on. Right, into Stockport. Which, Stockport, if anybody didn't know, is south of Manchester Piccadilly, in case you weren't aware. Because some of you were unsure at the beginning. I know, I don't know who said it was north. I think it was Colin. Why are you blaming me? It's not very nice, is it? Is that what we're going with? Oh, yes, that sounds fair. It looks weird with no lights on. Actually got any motor noise outside? I hear a plane. Because we're not far from the airport here, are we? Hang on, we got 4 minutes here, right? Okay. Where are you? Where are you? Okay, right. Now, I've seen one. If I creep up on it, you might not notice. Ready? Mm-hmm. Doobie 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 boobity. There's one there. Another one there. These are comfy. I do like these the tabley things on these with the charging Watsits on, where you can charge your Watsits up. So if you've got cheesy Watsits, you put them on there and they charge them. I don't know why every train doesn't have that. Have these got the... These haven't got the... What am I thinking of? Is it the cross countries that have got the cheesy gubbins? I do miss that. I like that game. I don't get bored of that. I wasn't a fan of the museum one. Yeah, we got Le Shop. Doesn't seem to be much in the shop. Never went to the shop on Eurostar. Catch up on emails. Select Avanti free Wi-Fi on your device. No. Don't want to. Le buffet car. Do you want to give up control? No, I don't. Welcome to Stockport. So there obviously was 2 tracky things here at one point. Bay platforms. Now only 1. Well, it's a good trick if you can do it. The whole hovering thing, but you're stood on someone as well. Okay, so there are a couple of issues. Tracky things. Oh, we do your scone. Would you like a wee scone? Is it jam first or cream first? That is the question. Can't open the door. Door, I can't. Can't open it. Can't close the door. We need to open. It's fine. Close this one. Ladies and gentlemen, we do apologise for the delay in the service. It's because we're out. I can't word. Hang on. We do apologise for the delay in the service. Why am I speaking like this now? What's going on? I've got a lisp. Tony's got a lisp. We do apologise for the delay in the service. We've been checking out boardies. That took longer than it should have done. It's the heat. It's the heat, I tell you. Lock doors. Oh, it sounds like it's from Little Britain. That's Tony for you. Yeah, don't get me drunk. You'll hear about Margaret. Right, Manchester Piccadilly, 5 miles away. Yeah, it's only a lack of motor noise. And the pooing couple. He went back in for a poo while she waited in the car. It's quite clearly what it was. I can't remember the waiver script. What? Hang on, where is it? There. In a seatbelt pocket in front of you, you'll find our next of kin card. If you kindly fill out the details of your next of kin on that card, we'll know who to contact in the event of your untimely death on this journey. If you also like to fill out any usernames, credit card numbers, PIN numbers, passwords, etc., we'll make use of those as well. For your convenience, we have already ticked the Simpson Stuff life insurance box, and whatever you do, don't read the small print. No, can't remember it. And how long has it been since I've done firm bus? Hey, we'll have to use that. Hey, can we use... Is that allowed? Can we use that on the SCS one? It's also got the bit on there about... nor do we ensure that your body will be disposed of in an ethical manner. And the fact it's still got the let's go in the top left-hand corner as well. How many years ago did I do that? I think Dylan did that for me. How long's he been gone? 5 years? They come, they go. I'm not going to say who, but someone that was in this community a long time ago made an attempt at rejoining it 2 days ago. I actually had to give it a lot of thought, but then decided against it because they were on a growing list of people that hate me, and I don't really want them back. Dylan was there when you joined. Yeah. Not the green one. The green one I would have back in a heartbeat. I had no bad feelings. Ed's doing well. He went outside today. Got a bit of fresh air. I think he's doing okay. We don't know if he made it to the lamppost or not. I'm not going to give clues. Which it points me towards the fact that this community is an evolving place. You know, when people have left, when important people have left the community, which has happened in the last week, my initial reaction is, oh. But then you sit and realise that, hang on a minute, the people that have evolved and shone through in the community have only been able to do so when other people have left. So by someone leaving, not say, you know, there's only so many places and then someone can step up, but when someone leaves, it gives maybe someone an opportunity that hasn't been able to join in with certain games or certain streams, an opportunity to be able to do so. And that's what happened, you know, years ago at COVID, when, you know, Trent joined and Harry joined and Ethan joined and Nico joined. They filled a gap because the previous bunch of people left because they didn't like the fact that there were youngsters around. Well, those youngsters gave me the energy to almost rethink what we did, and I did different games. It wasn't just flight and just trucking and farming. We did other things. So, you know, by having important people leave, as I've done in the last 8 months, yeah, it's a shame when people do leave the community, and it's certainly a shame when people leave the community under a cloud and not liking me in the way that they used to. But okay, but it may mean that it almost gives me a chance to look at what we're doing and go, okay, someone else now might be able to shine through and be a part of this community. Exactly, Connor. People's, you know, there's no contractual obligation to this place. There's no, you know, you sign a contract going, you've got to be here so many nights a week, so many hours a week. And it is tougher for the guys that are joining in with the streams. I get that. And I have put pressure on some of them in the past, so where they think they've got to join in with more streams and they've got to be available whenever I'm streaming. Well, I learnt my lesson at Christmas that, you know, I am not putting upon people in the community as much, which is why I then had to learn how to do the farm and try and do stuff myself. It gave me an opportunity to do that. So it means going forward, I'm not as reliant on those people in the streams, and they won't feel so pressured when they're not around. And if they're not watching for a stream, yeah, I'd like to have a mod watching every stream, because if something does happen, or someone needs to link something like the route, or someone does need to be timed out, at least having a mod watching, there's someone that can do that. I can, in certain games, grab, you know, take the mouse across to the screen, fine. So maybe I need to relook at the mods that we've got and try and increase a couple of those. But yes, I was upset when Harry left. I have been in communication with him. We are going to be having a chat at some point. You know, he popped into the stream last Thursday. It was great to see him. I think we caught him out, actually. And hopefully, you know, in the next however many months, I'll get to meet up with him and we'll have a coffee and a chat. Ethan's taken the choice that this community and me was too much for him, and he has left and is now going to be focusing on his hobbies, his life, and his future. The door's open, like it was for Harry. If he sorts his life out, sorts his future out, who knows, in a few years' time, if I'm still doing this, that he may reappear. If he does, then great. If he doesn't, then I really genuinely hope his life works out to be what he wants it to be. He's given me an amazing couple of years by getting me out the house and out of my shell, and giving me someone to care for and to look after. But now it's also giving me a bit of time for me. I get some weekends at home. I get some time to be able to record some content. I actually, for the first time in a while, I don't feel tired. There was a few months where, most weekends I was out doing something. I'm streaming 6 days a week. I'm working nearly 50 hours a week. And you get to a point where you just haven't got the energy. And I think that's coming across on the streams. I wasn't having the motivation to record stuff for YouTube. Although I was going out, I wasn't enjoying going out. I've had like a month now of being at home at the weekends, and it's been great to relax. I've recorded content from YouTube. I want to start going out again, but doing something I want to do. Yes, I booked to go to Brussels. Will I go? Probably not. I've booked to go to the Greatest Gathering. Will I go? Probably not. I'm looking forward to Doncaster. There's things I want to do for me. There's things I'd love to do as a group. And there's things I want to do for next year. I'd love to get a group of us to Brussels. I'd love to get a group of us to go to Wuppertal. I think that's one of those special things that would be more enjoyable with a couple of people rather than just me going and just going, yeah, I've done that now. First time I went to Brussels this year was a fantastic day. Me, Ethan, Trent. It's a shame Harry wasn't there to join us. Brilliant. Went back for the weekend. Went to some other places in Brussels. Loved it. I want to go back. But I enjoy places like that with other people because you get to enjoy the experience. So who knows what's going to be the plan for next year. I think losing people from the community has made me realise that I shouldn't put all my efforts into a person, which I have done, and I need to put it into the community. So there will be opportunities over the next few weeks for moderators. The channel doesn't need moderating, really. The Discord doesn't need moderating, but I think maybe a bit of an input from anyone that might be interested to help out could be beneficial to give us a bit of a boost. And yeah, as someone said earlier, I am enjoying doing things like bingo. It's great. I'm looking forward to doing Wreckfest again. I'm really looking forward to doing the coach thing in ETS2. And hopefully then we'll get more people in. I'd love to do a server. If we can get a dedicated server for ETS2 and the coaches, I'll pay for that happily. And then have people be on there. Would be brilliant. I'm loving the farm and people really are enjoying the farm. We've had people join the farm recently that haven't been around long, so don't know the way we farm, that haven't worked out. Maybe it's time for an opportunity for people to wave their hands in the air and go, you know what, I would like to come and help you out. We've seen, Simhaven come back after a couple of years. Dorset was the last person that joined that really stepped up. Amy Lou, the biggest surprise, because she showed so much courage in coming to London. Now we can't get rid of her. She's a bloody troublemaker, based on last Thursday's stream. So losing people is tough, yes. And, gutted to lose Harry. Sad that Ethan left, but wish him all the best for the future. But it could be an opportunity to let some others shine through. So I think it's almost, not say the rebirth of the community, but letting other people have some input. Maybe we can do some other things. And, have it be other people's suggestions for games that we can do, games that I can try, new things to do. I never thought I'd be doing Roblox until we tried it. I never thought we'd be doing half the stuff that we've done. The quiz thing, I didn't think that'd work. Never thought we'd do that. Love it. So there are things that we can do and we can try that I'm open to. And if you guys will join in or will enjoy watching it, then brilliant. I love doing the entertainment streams. I want to do another one. I really want to do another one, and I want to do it differently. I want to do it with your engagement. I want to get the passion back, and I'm looking forward to this weekend recording content, and I haven't done that for a while. So I'm looking forward to the rest of this year doing this, continuing to do this, doing the meetups, and seeing what Christmas holds and what we can do. So there we go. I'll get down on my little soapbox now. Normally those chats from me end up being negative, and I don't try them to be that way. I'm looking forward to the next few months. And I hope things like the meetup brings people together, because it has done. You know, I got a closer bond to Trent, to Ethan, to Harry, to Nico, just by doing the meetups. You spend time with someone, you get to know them, and they become friends. And that's what the regulars are. We're a bunch of mates that just happen to like gaming. And I even think sometimes it doesn't matter what I'm doing, you lot will just turn up to listen to me talk crap, which I can do for a while. So yeah, I encourage those that, you know, it's a weekend meetup we got in Doncaster. I'd love to do something that's a day. The problem is geographically, I'd like to do something again in London. I think a day in London would be great fun, because it's good to bang around London. Manchester could be good. I did suggest Birmingham and doing Birmingham Cross City, because that's fairly easy people to get to. We've got the one coming up in Doncaster. That's September. Maybe we could do something in November or early December for a day before Christmas, and do something, and then look to do something next year. I'd love to do, aim to do something like Germany or Brussels in like March next year, when it's going to be cheaper on the trains, the weather's not going to be rubbish, and do like a couple of days in, Brussels and Wuppertal. That would be awesome. Anyway, there we go. Down off my soapbox I will come. So yes, more Manchester Commuter, getting back to the thing, next Tuesday. Tomorrow night, we're back with some OMSI. Don't know what route I'm going to be doing. It's going to be something. Thursday night, something. Don't know what. We'll decide that. Might be a spur in a moment something on Thursday. Maybe multiplayer, maybe not. Probably will be. Friday night, we've got some Wreckfest. Really looking forward to that one. Saturday night, some bingo that you can join in with. Sunday lunchtime, back on the farm, where there's a lot going on. My God, these guys, fair play to everyone that's been joining in with the farm, including Richard, that's learning how to swim a tractor. It's really great to see that the enthusiasm's back in farming. And then next week, more things. Right, there we go. I'll shut up now. So thank you very much, you lot, for keeping me company for the last 2 hours and 20 minutes. This community in this place and you lot do really mean so much to me. So thank you for sticking around. Thank you for joining in with the madness and for being part of this awesome, awesome community. Long may it continue. So thanks to you lot. Thanks to TSC Streamer for following earlier. Daniel for resubscribing earlier as well. I will go and link that video in the YouTube with the biscuits and gravy on. It's actually quite a good series. Quite like the lad traveling across America. So it's quite an interesting series to watch. So I can recommend watching 5 parts, I think. But I'll link the one with the biscuits in anyway. Yeah, thank you, Sim. And it's great when people do just find their way back. That don't leave under a cloud anyway. So yeah, it's good to have you back, Sim. There we go. I will be back with some idiots. I don't know which idiots, but some idiots tomorrow night to do some OMSI. Until then, if you have been, thanks very much for watching.